Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sort of re-reviewing the Elysian Pilgrims because the last time I reviewed these was about 8 months ago, which is a long time in the IEM world. Like a lot has transpired since then, and a lot of IEMs have come out nowadays that kind of just make these not really worth it anymore. And it's a shame for me to say that because I still really like these IEMs. They're still my daily driver when listening to music, and they're still really detailed. However, there are a lot of IEMs like the Zygot Odyssey, for example, around that $400 to $300 price range that are basically these with the same level of detail retrieval, but with a better sense or a better tuning that is just more suited to most people. Because the problem is with these is that they're a little boring. Yes, I will admit. I like neutral tuning. I like that boring kind of sound. But even then, sometimes I do think that, the treble is a little too recessed on these. And yeah, again, they're very, very neutral. They're not like quite full-blown neutral. And the transition from like the treble to the mids could be dealt with a little better, but that's kind of a nitpick. But even still, like, again, these sound great. Like the detail retrieval is still really good even nowadays. And again, like the tuning is good. It's sort of neutral, pretty neutral in terms of the IEM world. But still, a lot of IEMs are coming out nowadays are more of that neutral tuning with a slight bass boost, but you can always EQ that down, which I always have to do. But again, there's way more options nowadays that just kind of beat this, especially in terms of price, because these have a Pentagon connector. So if you ever want to replace the cable on these, you'll rather have to get an adapter like I did and then get a 2-pin cable with whatever you want to plug into them, or have to spend a lot on a Pentagon cable, which are not very widely used. I'm pretty sure like only 2 or 3 brands of IEM manufacturers use them. So yeah, they're not very common, or you'll have to get an adapter, which is decently pricey because I paid like 25 bucks for the adapters alone. So yeah, again, these are unfortunately just not very good value for money anymore. And again, it's a shame for me to say that because I still really like them, even though they're a little boring. Yes, they're still really good and detailed. But again, there are so many better value for money options nowadays. Again, like the Zygot Odyssey, from what I've heard, have like the same level of detail as these. And also generally the like the Kiwi ears, I think Astral, as I said before, and also just other better IEMs like above this, not like way more expensive, but like $100 more expensive than these retail price. For example, like the Zen's Top Pro, which I've heard are very good and like really punch above its weight class in terms of detail retrieval. So if you're looking for details, you kind of might want to go for those. And even on Linsol, I think they're discounted already for like 450 bucks. Will I be getting those or any other IEMs anytime soon? Probably not, even though, yes, I do feel the need to like upgrade and be a fucking stupid consumer a lot of the time. I don't really feel the need to do that with these because, again, I already really like them. Again, they're going for that more safe, kind of boring, neutral-ish tuning that a lot of other IEMs now that like comply with, like with that meta sort of tuning. But even still, again, these are still pretty good IEMs, but are just really beat in terms of price to performance or price to performance compared to a lot of other IEMs that are coming out nowadays in that $300 to $400 price bracket, even at the $500 mark. So again, these aren't worth it. And it's, again, I hate to say it, but they just aren't. Especially with the fact that they use a kind of proprietary, connector. So you have to get an adapter if you want to use these with like a DSP cable or a 2-pin connector or anything that is not, a very expensive Pentagon cable, which is really annoying. So yeah, again, I like the faceplate. I like the overall fit. I find them comfortable. And generally, I think they're a good all-rounder set, but again, there are so many better IEMs that do that nowadays. They're just way better value for money, and I would recommend those any day, honestly, even though I use these a lot over these. So, yeah, that is basically going to be it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.